The 2026 Mazda CX-50 isn't trying to be luxury, it accidentally became it. And once you drive it, everything else in this class feels like a downgrade. What's up, everyone? Subscribe my channel. Today we're stepping into something that feels less like a compact SUV and more like a statement. Because the 2026 Mazda CX-50 isn't just built to move you from point A to point B, it's built to make every mile feel intentional, premium, and quietly powerful. Mazda has always played this elegant game of punching above its weight, and with the 2026 CX-50, they're not even pretending anymore. This thing wants to live in the same conversation as luxury brands, and honestly, it earns the right to be there. The first impression is confidence. Not loud, not flashy, but the kind of confidence that doesn't need to explain itself. The body lines are sculpted like they were drawn by someone who understands motion, even when standing still. The wide stance, the muscular fenders, the refined grille, it all feels expensive in a way that's subtle and grown. This isn't an SUV screaming for attention in a parking lot. This is an SUV that gets noticed because it looks like it belongs somewhere important. Step closer and you start noticing the details. Mazda sweats over, the paint finishes have depth, the panel gaps are tight, and the design feels cohesive from every angle. It's rugged but polished, athletic but elegant. Mazda has mastered that balance where the CX-50 looks just as natural pulling up to a mountain lodge as it does sliding into valet parking downtown. Now open the door, because this is where the 2026 CX-50 really starts flexing. The cabin feels like Mazda took everything they learned from premium sedans and poured it into an SUV. Soft touch materials are everywhere your hands naturally land. The stitching is clean, deliberate, and upscale. The seats hug you in that perfect middle ground between comfort and support, making long drives feel effortless instead of exhausting. The layout is driver-focused, and you feel it immediately. Everything is angled towards you, not in an aggressive way, but in a we thought about how you actually drive way. The steering wheel feels thick and expensive in your hands. The controls have resistance that feels intentional, like turning a well-made mechanical watch. Nothing feels cheap, nothing feels rushed. Technology in the 2026 CX-50 doesn't scream for attention, and that's exactly why it works. The display is crisp, fast, and easy to read without overwhelming you. Mazda's approach here is refreshingly mature. Instead of throwing massive screens everywhere just to say they did, they focused on clarity, responsiveness, and integration. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto work seamlessly. The interface is intuitive, and you don't feel like you need a tutorial every time you get in. The sound system deserves real respect. This is the kind of audio that doesn't just play music, it fills the cabin. Deep bass without distortion, clear highs, and a soundstage that makes even casual listening feel immersive. Whether you're cruising on the highway late at night or stuck in traffic during rush hour, the CX-50 turns the cabin into your personal escape. Under the hood, Mazda keeps things smooth, refined, and quietly capable. Power delivery feels linear and confident. It's not about raw numbers on paper, it's about how the CX-50 responds when you actually drive it. Press the accelerator and it moves with purpose. The transmission shifts cleanly, the throttle response feels natural, and the whole setup feels tuned for real people, not just spec sheets. On the road, the 2026 CX-50 reminds you why Mazda has such a loyal following. The steering is precise, communicative, and satisfying. You feel connected to the road in a way that most SUVs just don't bother trying anymore. It corners flatter than you expect, stays composed over a rough pavement, and delivers a ride that's firm enough to feel sporty, but smooth enough to feel luxurious. This is where the CX-50 separates itself from the crowd. It doesn't drive like a compromise. It drives like a vehicle designed by people who actually love driving. You can feel the balance, the chassis tuning, the attention to weight distribution. It makes everyday driving feel a little more special, even if you're just heading to work or running errands. Practicality hasn't been forgotten either. The cargo space is generous and usable, not just impressive on a brochure. The rear seats are comfortable enough for adults, not just kids, and everything feels thoughtfully designed. Storage areas make sense. Visibility is excellent. It's an SUV you can live with every single day without feeling like you're sacrificing comfort or convenience. Safety is handled with the same quiet confidence is everything else. Advanced driver assistance features work smoothly in the background, helping without interrupting. Lane keeping, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring. It's all there, refined and unobtrusive. The CX-50 doesn't babysit you, it supports you. What really makes the 2026 Mazda CX-50 feel expensive isn't just the materials or the tech, it's the experience, it's how everything works together. The way the door closes with a solid thud, the way the cabin stays quiet at highway speeds, the way the suspension absorbs imperfections without losing its edge. It feels engineered, not assembled. Mazda is clearly targeting drivers who want luxury without the badge tax. People who appreciate design, driving, feel, and quality more than logos. And honestly, that's refreshing. The CX-50 doesn't try to imitate anyone else. It does its own thing, confidently, and that's what makes it stand out. So if you're looking at the 2026 Mazda CX-50, you're not just buying another compact SUV, you're buying into a philosophy, one where driving still matters, where design has meaning, where luxury is felt, not shouted. This is the kind of vehicle that grows on you the more time you spend with it, the kind that makes you take the long way home just because it feels good. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more premium car content like this, what's up everyone? Subscribe my channel, hit that like button, and let me know in the comments what you think about the 2026 Mazda CX-50. I'll see you in the next one.